I want to talk about abandonment today. And while the topic of abandonment is a very serious one, and it is very, very deep, and it is at the root of so much of our wounding. So what I want to focus on in this video today is how we have learned to abandon ourselves. So if we grew up being abused, if we grew up in a home that was dysfunctional, if we learned to be codependent, if no one protected us, if our parents or caretakers weren't there for us and left us emotionally or physically or in any way, the lessons are clear that we also learn to leave ourselves. We learn to people please. We learn to go back on our own boundaries so that we can get this love and approval and acceptance and inclusion in our families. So through all of this turmoil, through all of this, we learn to leave ourselves because that is exactly what is being done to us. As we're healing, we have to learn to show up for ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves and to give ourselves what we never received. And it is never too late to learn that. You are never too old. You are not damaged goods. You are not beyond repair. That is not true. You can always heal and begin to learn to love yourself and to begin to reparent yourself and give yourself what you never received. You may not know how to at first, but step by step, piece by piece, we can learn how to do that. And what we're going to do today to help reprogram that old stuff is to do some tapping. Tap along with me, tap where I tap, repeat what I say, or change something if I say a statement that isn't true for you. Okay, here we go. Tapping on the side of the hand. Even though no one was there for me, and I didn't get the love that I needed growing up, I choose to deeply and completely love myself anyway. Tapping through the points. I didn't get the love and support I needed as a child. No one protected me. My parents abandoned me. Instead of protecting me, they were the ones who left. They were the ones who hurt me. I internalized this as being unlovable. That there must be something wrong with me. That I need to fix myself. And that if I only can fix myself, then I'll be able to get the love that I need. The love I so desperately crave. So I learned to be a people pleaser. I learned it matters more what someone else thinks than what I think of myself. I learned to give myself away in multiple ways. I learned I'm not worthy of being respected. Or standing up for myself. I learned I can't set boundaries. And if someone gives me a hard time, I'll go back on my own boundary. Because I'm so afraid of displeasing someone. I am so afraid of someone being upset with me. because I know the consequences of this all too well. This is my painful past speaking. All this pain. All this pain. I'm tired of all the pain. All the trauma I've been through. I want to be somebody else. I want to experience a new life. And I can give myself that opportunity. I begin by seeing these are events in the past. And that I have so many choices in front of me. I can choose a new relationship with myself. I can choose new ways of thinking and acting. And I begin by loving myself. I begin by allowing myself to feel and be strong. Because I am strong. I have been through so much. And I am beginning to reparent myself. I set boundaries, and that's okay. It's okay if someone doesn't like it. And I can feel my feelings as a result of setting those boundaries. It's okay to feel upset. If someone is trying to manipulate or hurt me when I set a boundary, I don't have to go back on my boundary. But I allow myself to feel the feelings. And then I let it go. And I stand strong in my boundary. And I trust and believe in myself. I believe in myself even if it's just a little bit. This is how I begin to love myself. I stop judging myself for the feelings I have. And I give myself the permission to feel whatever is coming up. And that's another way that I am learning to love myself. I give myself the time to heal. I show up for myself in ways I have never done before. I validate myself and how I feel. I no longer abandon myself. I am my biggest cheerleader, my biggest fan and supporter. This is how I show up for myself. This is how I believe in myself. How I grew up is an example of what not to repeat. How I grew up are lessons that have shaped me into who I am today. It has made me a tremendously strong and courageous person. And it is time to let this pain stay in the past where it belongs. It is time to let this go and to walk into a new way of being. My power and strength are in the present moment, not the past. My power and strength are within me and have been all along. I will not abandon my inner child ever again. And that inner child is within me and has been this whole time. I protect her and I am always there for her. I think kind thoughts towards myself. And that is one way I show up for my inner child. I treat myself with respect. And that's another way that I am loving and caring for my inner child. My strength is within me and I reclaim it now. I know who I am. And I know my mind and I trust my mind. And I love myself completely. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Give yourself a big hug. I hope you found that helpful. Repeat this often and keep shifting, keep growing. Keep remembering to show up for yourself, be there for yourself, and it begins with small steps. You are worth it. Thank you for being here and doing this tapping with me. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.